Let's turn our attention over to the tech sector, which obviously ran up, contributed to the big picture of earnings and growth, and the run-up been a little choppy lately. And Ross Gibbons is with us, head trader educator, Traders Agency. And you're starting to think that maybe some of the names may be a little toppy. I know you mentioned NVIDIA, for example. What's going on in the tech trade, in your opinion?
Hey, Nicole. Well, look, tech is healthy, but I think the semiconductor trade is over. I mean, we've seen the AI boom. I'm not saying it's going to slow down anytime soon, but look, buying NVIDIA at a $3 trillion valuation is kind of like walking on train tracks picking up nickels. Like you might scoop at, 5, 10, 15%, but eventually you're going to get whacked on that thing. You look at stocks, you've got AMD, you've got Intel, you got ASML way, way, way off their highs. When you've got a screaming bull market and half the leadership in this group is getting murdered, that's your sign. We've seen some selling the last couple of days, as you said. I think it's probably going to be a short-term pullback, but this is heavy volume selling, and there's a lot of profit taking going there. Even at NVIDIA, I mean, look at the people that work there. The CEO is selling record amounts of stock. The insiders are selling record amounts of stock. So I think the writing is on the wall there, and if you're trying to chase that trade, I just think you're late to the party.
Yeah, understood. So you do believe that there is a tech trade, but maybe stay away from some of those that are overvalued. The chip stocks, when you mentioned AMD, ASML, Intel, did you find those to be more attractive? Would you buy into some of those?
Well, I'm not a big fan of buying stocks going the wrong direction personally. I mean, I prefer momentum, right? The market is an auction place. It is buyers and sellers. If more people want it than don't, it's going to go up and vice versa. So, bottom fishing some of these names, especially with the leaders at such high valuations, I think is really risky business. We mentioned tech. Tech is huge. I mean, tech is Netflix, Apple, Google. I mean, the top of all these of commerce, of search, of consumer tech, all these things. So, you can't take tech and say, well, what about NVIDIA? I mean, it's a very small piece of it. So I just think people have to be a little smarter, look at other areas of the market. Meanwhile, we've got gold, for example, breaking out from a 13-year tightening consolidation base. I mean, this is likely the beginning of a gold super cycle. We're going to see gold prices probably double over the next couple of years. Well, everybody's trying to figure out, is NVIDIA going to be worth $3 trillion or $4 trillion? I just think it's kind of foolish.
Yeah, we saw gold going above 2,400 a troy ounce. You have Alamos Gold, AGI, as one of your picks there, right? What kind of upside do you see for that?
Well, Alamos, I think, has got a lot of upside. Again, I like to focus on stocks that are at or making highs in a strong market, especially in a pullback like last week. So, you got Alamos up near its highs. Look, gold miners tend to be sort of a leveraged play on gold because when you think about it, if it costs them, let's say, $1,500 an ounce to get it out of the ground, and they can sell it for 2,000 ounces, it's a $500 profit. But if gold goes from 2,000 to 2,500, now their profit margin is doubled. So when you see a 30, 50, 100% move in gold in the commodity, you're going to see a 3, 4, 500% move in a lot of these gold mining stocks. And Alamos, I think, is one of the best ones out there. So a lot of upside, I think, with AGI, especially, again, these things kind of been in a holding pattern for a decade now.
Generac, are you expecting a lot of hurricanes, or what are you thinking here for Generac?
Well, I live in hurricane country. I'm down on the Gulf Coast, so Generac is one a little close to home for us. But Generac's a great stock. Again, you look at that thing; it's making new highs. Now we are seeing. We thought 2024 would be the real big housing boom because rates didn't come down as much as we expect. The new home builders kind of pulled back. For the last 6 months or so, we're finally, as your last guest said, likely going to get a quarter rate cut in September, maybe another one. I'd be shocked if we don't get 4, 5, or 6 in 2025. And that's going to fuel this housing boom. And Generac is a direct beneficiary of that. So great company there. We like GNRC a lot.
Okay. And then you also have here KKR and GE Aerospace. Tell me a little bit about those.
Yeah, well, KKR is an asset management firm. And again, sometimes it's just as simple as the trend is your friend. This is a very well-run business, good growth, good profits. And look at the stock chart. I mean, it is steadily marching higher. I don't think anybody wants to get in front of this thing and sell it or short it. It's a well-run company and a good trend and a healthy market. We get it with asset management. As asset prices grow, so do the fees they charge on that. So this is a stock directly benefiting from the bull market kind of in two ways. GE Aerospace, I mean, this thing, most of us don't even think about this stock. It was a dog for the last 2 decades. Look at this. Look at a 25-year chart of GE. I mean, from 2000 to like the 2022 lows, this thing got murdered and is finally turned around, come back. They've made some good management changes. They've aligned their goals. They're not the everything company. They're focusing on aerospace, defense, and a few other areas. But I mean, look, this stock has quadrupled off the 2022 lows, right? That's a market leading stock. Nobody's talking about it. It's a blue chip caliber company, but it's showing growth and it's showing movement like a smaller, more speculative company. So it's come all the way up. In addition, we've seen no big pullbacks. Unlike NVIDIA and some of these others, there's no 18, 20% drops. I mean, this thing doubled over the last 6 months. It's just in a tight little 6% consolidation range. So, yeah, GE likely going to continue. You get a break above 170, get through this profit taking. It's consolidation period here. It could easily have another leg up. So, yeah, Alamos Gold, Generac, KKR, GE, all great stocks, all in good trends, all showing great momentum, great strength right now. And I think that's what you want to look for, not the crowded trades like the semis and like NVIDIA and the ones where I think retail investors are going to get truly hammered when that thing falls apart.
Right. Ross, thank you so much for all of that. Ross Givens, head trader, educator, Traders Agency.